Shalom. We the real Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in, week out, prophesying His truth and the return of the Heavenly Father, which is prophecy found in the Holy Scriptures. First and foremost, want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Baha, Wacha, Kodash, which is the Heavenly Father name and the Son name, who the world ignorantly and willingly called Jehovah and Jesus, and Baha, Wacha, Kodash is in the Holy Spirit. The way we're able to understand these scriptures, these prophecies, and these parables of the Bible, which the world don't understand the fullness of, which is the importance of prophets and teachers. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, the holy prophets back to their reincarnation, pushing his word out in true sincerity and charity. All your brothers likewise on down, and the elders of the other camps. I want to go into this lesson. I was watching a live stream that the brother Rala I Dainawa from GMS Chicago did. And basically, I was just looking at the video, and it inspired me to do a lesson. You know, of course, first and foremost, it was a beautiful, edifying video. You know, and secondly, I was cut because you gotta understand these scriptures, okay, in this walk of life and being in the know, is glorious, man. But the scriptures is also referred to as a two-edged sword. Okay, at one level, yeah, you cutting people, you know. You know, mainly we cutting false doctrine and false thoughts, and breaking strongholds with the scriptures. And we cutting all falsehood that come against the scriptures. Okay? That's what we cutting. You know, people just get cut in the midst of it. And secondly, man, hey, this word can cut you too. You know, ultimately make you better. You know, keep you humble, keep you pushing, and it constantly remind you. You know, it's something key that he said in this video. You know, y'all want the Lord to give you something for nothing, which you want to get the kingdom, the new bodies, the download, the crown, the UFOs, the reign over the enemies, to be fed in Jacob's trouble. You want to get something from nothing, for without doing nothing, without believing, without calling on his name, without making certain adjustments to your lifestyle, the way you think, the way you eat, people you surround yourself around. And I was thinking about this, because, when you wake up and repent, you adjust things, man, according, as you coming in. And you work with what you got and you teach and you preach that. But first and foremost, how could you do that, without having a mindset is I got to put in something to get out something. And what we all looking for, the kingdom. We all looking for deliverance. So therefore, we got to put in something because you can't get something out of nothing. And that's on the brother had stated in his video. And I was thinking about like, damn, that's edifying, that's right. And I was cut. And the reason why I was cut because we could never go far, first and foremost. And then on top of that, hey, this thing is a constantly, everyday growing, renewing, living, as we preaching and growing into it to the fullness of it. And I was cut, man, because I've been in the truth for 3 years, and I have not lived up to my true potential, okay? And just recently, I missed a day going out to teach on Saturday. Said I was going to make it up on Sunday, missed that day, over some bullshit, man. Let my flesh get the best of me. I have no excuse, and I get on myself a lot. I just, don't beat myself up because I got the scriptures as my comfort and hope, and I know to do right. But first and foremost, I'm hopping right into these scriptures, man, because, hey, me personally, I'm not perfect, man. So first and foremost, I'm speaking to myself and those that go through likewise things. Like, man, we got to put some in, not some. We got to put everything in to get everything out, man. What we look for, the kingdom. And I'm hard right into it, excuse me for talking too much. I just had to state that because here at Great Millstone, man, we gonna give you the whole gospel, man. We gonna tell it like it is, even if it's about ourselves, man. Yeah, I feel like shit, Mason Camp, that's not it. That's not right, none whatsoever. But it's Romans 12:1. It say, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. This is our reasonable service. As going to reasonable service, service render for hire. Any service, administration, the service of God, the service and worship of God, according to, that's really the point, man. Say any service or administration, the service of God. And it's the whole duty of man, as Ecclesiastes say. Fear the Lord and keep his commandments. You know, we preach, we live this thing, man, daily. You get built up into the fullness of that. But point being, again, to remind you, hey, we got to put something in to get something out, man. You can't get something from nothing, man. You can't just expect us to fall in your lap without you having faith. And if you have faith, you're going to have works, man. And part of your works, if you're not built up to go out and be a teacher, man, you haven't linked up with a camp, part of your works is cutting off certain things. I ain't going to do this no more. I ain't going to do that no more. I ain't going to think like that. I'm gonna read. I'm going to get on myself more. I'm going to be better so I can lead, I can guide. This is the starter kit, and to want to serve the Lord, to want to present your body as a living sacrifice. I don't want to stain from that. No, I ain't gonna mess with her. She got a man. No, I ain't gonna hit that blunt. I ain't gonna do no drugs. And another part of presenting your body as a living sacrifice is, man, being on the highways and byways. Knowing anything can happen to you. Knowing our enemy can roll down on us. Not just our enemies, I mean. So-called white man who's known as Esau Edom when you read the scriptures, and he's not white, he's red. And 2/3 of our people who are destined for destruction because they would not hearken, nor would they deal righteously. Because here it is, the Lord shows mercy, but you can't take that mercy for granted. And as a prophet and man of the Lord, I'm here to tell and warn, hey, the Lord is long suffering, but he's a terrible power too. Therefore we got to put in to get out this hellhole, to get the kingdom. We got to put things in. And that's really the theme of this lesson. You got to put your all into this to get everything that's promised to us. Okay? Can't just not do nothing, expect to get something. Okay? You can't take time off. Okay? You can't be prideful and disobedient. And again, I speak to myself first and foremost because we in this flesh, man. Yes, pride kicks in. Disobedience kick in, man. You want to do what you want, that'll kick in. This flesh it comes, man. Thoughts, demons, doubt, distractions. The whole nine that comes with this flesh. That's why we got to trust in these words and walk in the spirit, man. Excuse me for talking too much. I won't let the scriptures do the talking, but I'm elaborating on the scriptures more, for those going through it. If you ain't going through it, if you do go through it, let these scriptures be your comfort. Not me, not my words, but these scriptures, knowing that verse 2 says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Okay, so you got to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. How you being renewed, man? How's your mind being renewed, shall I say? By his scriptures, by his word. Scripture say, how shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereunto according to the word. That's in Psalms 119 and 9, I believe. Don't quote me on it, look it up. In Ephesians, it says, now you are, in John, it say, now you are clean by the word I have spoken unto you. Okay, that's how you renew your mind. That's how you get clean, That's the starter kit. Because we can't be conformed to this world, because this world is wicked. This world denies the true power. This world cleave unto idols. This world worship wickedness and flesh and put it on a pedestal and get great rewards for it. And this world, this place is not our rest. Okay, it will destroy you if you think it is, and you put your all into this world, you're gonna get nothing out. But if you put your all into the truth, you're gonna get everything out, and everything is eternal life and everything that comes with it, which is the promises, which is what's promised to us when you read these scriptures. Through his mercy, through his grace. That's why it says by the mercies of God, we have to present. Because without his mercies, we won't be able to do this. But reading on, it says that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable. So you got to prove, man, what is that good and acceptable by going through the ringer, by going through the gauntlet, man, by going through the hell, the fire, the sufferings, the afflictions, the grief, the sorrow, the pain, the losses, the ills, the low, being fools, being mocked, being scoffed. Okay? That's how you show and prove, for one, you love the Lord, you with him, even unto death, maybe if it require that. You know, no matter what you're going through. And on top of that, that's what the true men of the Lord and prophets always went through. You read the scriptures. But yet, did the Lord forsake them? No, he haven't. And it say, an acceptable and perfect will of God. This is the will of God. This is what he want us to go through. Okay? This is what he want us, like the brother said in the video, Arala, a great brother in Gym at Chicago. He said, hey, the Lord didn't sin, we sin. You know? The Lord don't need us, we need him. So therefore, we have to put our all into it. And your all is according to your measure and your ability. And it's truth, man. And hey, you know it better than any brother know it, man. Okay? You know yourself better than any brother, man. That's why Scripture says, examine yourself, man. Know you not your own selves. That Yahweh Shai is in you, except you be reprobate. And you look up the word reprobate, man, a man void of judgment. And you go into it, man, not fit for the test. And when I think of these things, even watching the videos, I'll be cut myself. Like, damn, man, make you examine and think, man. Hey, you gotta fight. There's no excuse, man. Just 2 Corinthians 1:5, for as the sufferings of Christ, and his name is not Christ, that is a Greek term, his name Hamashiach, which means Ha the Mashiach anointed. Because you go into the word Christ, it means the anointed one. It means anointed. So therefore, when you read Acts 26, he spoke Hebrew, so therefore Christ in the Hebrew will be Hamashiach, and he's the anointed one. And his name is not Jesus, Yahweh Shai. Why? Because you read the scriptures, you know, Matthew 1:21, I believe, don't quote me, only look it up. It says he would save his people from his sins, man. You look up his name, means that. Yah, he, Yahweh Shai, deliver. He will deliver us from our enemies, deliver us from this flesh, deliver us from this corrupt world. If we put in our all, so we can get that. Just 2 Corinthians 1:5, for as the sufferings of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach abound in us, talking about the elect, the body, the prophets, the preachers, the teachers, not just in America, but scattered abroad. They say, so our consolation also abounded by Yahweh Shai. So, hey, just as our sufferings of Yahweh Shai abound in us, that means our consolation come behind. A lot of people receive their consolation now, so therefore their hearts is not set on the Lord. Therefore, the Lord ain't chose them, but he chose us, man, to comfort us, to give us the opportunity to be the first fruits if we prove and ourselves worthy and endure the test and trials and tribulation, because everything is a test. You know, the Lord don't want to see us fuck up, but you fuck up when you give in to your flesh. You know, just as I am guilty of, man, on all things that I fell short of, man. From going out on Saturdays, you know, and not meeting deadlines, you know. But through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shem Shai, you know, there's no excuse, and you keep fighting, man. And a true man not gonna make an excuse, you know. Just keep teaching and preaching to help your brothers. They don't make these mistakes, man, because what it'll lead to, you getting kicked out, you being put to death, you know, or you getting burnt up in them nukes and missiles, man, and missing out on everything, man. You only got one time, one chance. Do not miss that, you know. And it's saying, whether we be afflicted, it is for our consolation and salvation, which is effectual in the enduring of the same sufferings which we also suffer. That's plain. Or whether we be comforted, it is for our consolation and salvation. And that's plain too, man, because you're going to get comfort through these scriptures, through the apostles and elders on down, whether it be the videos in person, man, whether it be comfort or whether it be a rebuke, because a wise man love rebuke. And it say, and our hope of you is steadfast, knowing that as ye are partakers of the suffering, so shall ye be also of the consolation. And the scripture say, the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. 1 Corinthians 15:58. Be ye therefore steadfast and unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labors is not in vain. Okay, and we have faith and believe that, so we work and do that. Which was another video I was watching. The brothers was going live right now as I'm doing this one in GMS Des Moines. The brother Matatia, Benji, Ratazawanya, and Kanasla, and other brothers, Yeshaya, from the GMS Des Moines County. They live right now. They going there right off the rip. You know, I believe, therefore I speak. So lock it too if I gotta pause. Yes, I lock here. That interruption. Verse reading on, say 1 Peter 2:19. It say, this is thinkworthy if a man for the conscience toward God endure grief. And look up that word grief, man. Sorrows, pain, annoyance, affliction. Okay, and not having and taking L's, man, that's grief, man. That's pain. It's annoying, man. Okay, stuff that come from your family. It say endure grief, suffer wrongfully. It say, for what glory is it if when ye be buffeted for your faults, ye shall take it patiently? But if when ye do well and suffer for it, ye take it patiently, this is acceptable with God. So that's part of the program, man. You gotta go through the ringer, man, because we fucked up and we sinned. Therefore, we gotta work to get out of this position, man. We gotta labor to enter into that rest, man. Because if we got faith, we're gonna do so. This 1 Peter 4:13, it say, but rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Yahushua Hamashiach sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy, because knowing that you're gonna stand firm on your faith, man, doing all that it took to do so, man. It's a lot of interruption, man. Yeah, reading on, it says, ye may be glad also, man, because you're going to stand firm, knowing you did everything to your best ability, man, and knowing that the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. We have a reward if we endure, That's part of the game, man. It's Hebrews 2:10, for it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, and bringing many sons, talk about the elect, unto glory, the promises we got laid up for us if we endure and labor and put in so we can get that glory. Okay, you can't get the glory without doing nothing, man. You can't get the glory of being wicked and slothful. And I speak to myself first and foremost, and also to edify and speak to those going through it or those that will go through it. They say to make the captain of their salvation perfect through suffering, man. And who's the captain of our salvation? Yahushua. He went through it unto death. And service is not greater than his master. You gotta understand, we're gonna go through likewise things. Some gonna taste death and some not. And this Hebrews 4:11. It say, let us labor therefore to enter into that rest. Talk about the holy kingdom, man. Lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. Right, because we got to labor to enter into that rest. A lock here for pausing, man. Just interruptions. Because at the end of the day, if you believe, you're going to do everything that's required according to your abilities and measure, man. And some, man. Unless you fall out the same example of unbelief. Knowing that, you got a destruction coming, a horrible one. And worse than those that know, because you knew the Lord's will. And you, the servant that knew his master will, going to get beat with many stripes, man. And we don't want to go out like that. We don't want to get caught up like that, man. We got the chance. We got the blueprint. We got to follow that. And again, I speak to myself first and foremost, man, because, the things I've been going through, it ain't major, but it's annoying, man. Being in the flesh, man, which is everybody go through it. And likewise, just the bullshit things that come with it. But you got to keep fighting, man. You got to keep fighting. Got to labor to enter into that rest. Because Micah 2:10, this is not our rest, man. We don't want to fall after the example of unbelief, man. That's what the 2/3 that's sealed to destruction. They don't believe. They'll never work. They'll never do it, man. The Lord will hope this lesson was edifying. When they give all praise, glory, honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Baha, Rakha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, holy prophets. that teach this word in true sincerity and charity. And shalom to all you Akim that listen and believe as well, not just here in America, but scattered abroad, and those that preach the proper doctrine in the proper name, that is not called GMS, but do preach the truth. Shalom.